Dwayne Farnsworth again. I have a question for you. What would it be like to spend a half hour with Dan Kennedy in a small group, maybe 20 people or less, for a question and answer session? What if you'd had that opportunity when you were 16 years old? Do you think that might change your life in some regard? Well, this is exactly what happens at the GKIC Young Entrepreneurs Teen Event at Super Conference every year. It's sponsored and hosted by GKIC, and it's led by David Fagan by popular demand. Well, what is the GKIC Young Entrepreneurs Teen Event? It's a 3-day immersive and interactive entrepreneurial experience for teens that is held in conjunction with the Super Conference every year. Well, an immersion into what? Into entrepreneurialism. What does it take to be an entrepreneur, a business owner? We ask the youth, are you an entrepreneur? Small business fundamentals are taught. Ways to earn money and how to earn money. The 3 keys to success in anything in their life: preparation, action, finishing. Smart goals and strategic planning, marketing, branding, pricing, promoting, brainstorming, idea creation, innovation, copywriting, sales copy, which is different, sales and the ability to sell, list building, lead generation, lead conversion, business communication skills, media production, print, broadcasting, web design, social media, video, business plans, financing, venture capital. This is what happens at the Super Conference Young Entrepreneurs Teen Event. Now, why don't Dan and Dave D and Nick Luisi and all the other GKIC elite teach this and put on this event? Well, because they're busy. During Super Conference, they're putting on a show and they're giving great content and they're teaching us in other ways. So it's important that you understand who David Fagan is and why he's been asked to help out at this time. David Fagan is the former CEO of Guerrilla Marketing. He's the former owner of Levine Communication Office, which is America's entertainment public relations firm. He's the owner of Icon Builder Media and Icon Academy. He's a rainmaker. He's a business coach. He's a celebrity coach. I consider David not only to be on the cutting edge of marketing, but he's really on the bleeding edge. He's the father of 5 children. Of course, one of those is his oldest daughter, Jordan Fagan. Jordan is a teen entrepreneur. She's the author of How to Make It Big by 17, How to Make Money on Saturday. She owns her own teen temp agency. It's named, or it goes by, it's Hire a Teen. She's spoken on several big stages, including the GKIC stage. Now, David keeps the event interesting. He's always moving things around. It's important that it's fun and interesting for the youth, and he keeps it that way. Jordan, she's somebody that the teens gravitate to throughout the entire event. And so it's important that she's there because they can relate to her. For example, in one breakout session, a couple young entrepreneurs teen events ago, the room was quiet when the teens were and the youth were broken out into their groups, and Jordan noticed that it was just kind of too quiet. So she went up to her room and she brought back a radio alarm clock and put the radio on. And before you know it, the teens are more involved in what they're doing. They loved the music in the background. Jordan understands that. She was dialed into it, and that's why she's important for this event. The teen event is a chance for your teen to hear all the things about marketing and innovation from someone other than you. My wife and I have 7 children. My teens never listen to me either. But if you get your teens into a room, they'll listen to me. You go figure. The problem parents and grandparents have had is getting their teens interested in coming to the teen event at Super Conference. But once they get them there, then the teens are so excited the next morning they can hardly wait to get back to the event. Well, what happens at the teen event? It's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday event. On the morning of Thursday, we start off by having the teens introduce themselves and what their interests are and where they're from. David then will break them up into groups right from the outset. And these groups will stay and work together as a team throughout the event. The teens love working together in these groups. It's a great social experience for them. One thing that's kind of interesting is I watched throughout the Super Conference on how these groups perform together. The age and the demographics and the interests and the skills and the enthusiasm and the charisma and the extrovertedness of some of and how these groups are put together. And I've worked with youth a great deal in my life, and I will tell you that David Fagan has a real gift in this regard. Well, on Thursday morning, we work on the fundamentals, the business fundamentals, and we also have, that's when Dan Kennedy comes in. We'll take them over to a presentation that's put on by the star of the whole super conference. Last year is Emmett Smith, and the youth came back from that presentation that he made, and we broke it down, and we had them explain what they heard and the skills that they learned from Emmett Smith, and he was a tremendous speaker. And he had tremendous life experiences and advice to share with the youth, probably more importantly than the adults that were in the room. Thursday afternoon, we break up as quickly as we can into their groups and have them start working on a business project or idea. And then we explain to them some more fundamentals of business and break up again into a group and have them apply that to their idea. We have panel discussions with experts in small business marketing. Later on, after dinner, they'll come back and David will explain some more things that they need to understand and finally give them an idea of what Friday's going to look like. Friday morning, they come back excited. There's some more inspirational speakers. They learn some more about marketing concepts and principles. They break up in their small groups. We have lunch together. In the afternoon, there's more time worth working with their ideas in their small groups. There'll be a panel discussion again, and a visitor will come. Last year it was a master marketer or GKIC Marketer of the Year, Sean Buck. And he was a master. Whatever questions they had, he was able to answer their questions. And they were using these questions relative to how they were designing their products. And he was asking and interacting with them with regard to what their ideas were and what their concerns were and how they could market it. It really is a great dynamic. Now, there's something you need to understand about this social dynamic that's going on is GKIC provides, along with the price of signing your teen up, breakfast each morning, lunch each afternoon, and then a snack in the morning and a snack in the afternoon. The price of this food costs more than the cost of the event and what you're charged to bring your teenager with you. Saturday morning comes. And Saturday, there's a lot of excitement and tension in the air. The teens are furiously putting together the final touches on their presentations. They're asking questions. They're recrafting their marketing media and their collateral and their pitches. And they practice more and more until they finally have the confidence that they're ready to present in what we've had in years past is a venture capital pitch. Now, we're going to mix it up a little bit this year. But their presentations, trust me on this, are unbelievable. The growth that you'll see in your teen is recognizable. The confidence that they get is very well earned because they'll work hard and they'll enjoy working because it's something they want to be doing. They're now different individuals than what they came. They can never return to the time that they didn't understand what business marketing and sales is all about. They've lived an experiential learning event and will have a foundational baseline about small business and marketing and entrepreneurship. More importantly, they'll understand you now. The apple doesn't fall too far from the tree, we've been told, and it's no more relevant than in our children who watch us as entrepreneurs. I love teaching the Young Entrepreneurs Teen event because I love going to a group that's ready and willing to listen and learn and understand and apply. That's the biggest thing about this experience is they are applying what we're learning, and that's the best way to have it just lock in so they understand it and take it home and understand completely what it means. Mark Twain said, "When I was a boy of 14, my father was so ignorant I could hardly stand to have the old man around. When I got to be 21, I was astonished at how much the old man had learned in 7 years." Bring your teens with you to Super Conference in Minneapolis, April next year, 2015, and your teen will be astonished at how much you have learned in just 3 days. Joe Polish has said about events like these, your event will be a success if you bring a star. Dan Kennedy, Penn Jillette. If you hold it at a great location. If you provide great food, check. If you make it interactive and interesting, check. And if you get great people to attend, well, that's why we're having this video, and that's why I'm presenting to you and advocating that you come, because we need you and your team to have those great people to attend to make this a great event. We've got some amazing surprises to share with you and your team next spring. I can't tell you exactly what they are. Well, then that wouldn't be a surprise. It's not hype. It is incredible what your teens will receive in terms of gifts and prizes and opportunity. Contact GKIC and sign up for the Super Conference with your teenager today. If you have any questions for me, please feel free to give me a call at 480-229-3300. I'm still not going to share with you what the surprises are. You're going to have to come to the Super Conference to find out.